fire signs, how are you guys? So Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. This reading is going to be focused on twin flame connections, whether you are in separation or just going through some challenges in your connection. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'll be pulling from these 3 decks, 2 of my own and 1 by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot, the Mystical Fairies Romance Oracle, the Infernos and ICICLES Romance Oracle, and then lastly the Twin Flame Untold Truths, and I'll of course clarify with several different tarot decks. All right guys, so let's get into it. General advice as always, so please keep that in mind throughout the reading and take from it what makes sense for you, release the rest. All right, fire signs, twin flame connections. What do we need to know? Angels and spirit guides, please. What's the energy here? We have true love, unconditional, everlasting loyalty. Beautiful, beautiful card. Let's see what else. We have young love. Some of you might have actually known each other a very long time. Maybe you grew up together, or it's just this very youthful type energy when it comes to your connection. What else, please, for fire signs? New romance. Okay, this is interesting. First love, new chapter, infatuation. Okay. Let's grab one more. It depends on your experience, honestly. You know, you could be younger. Maybe there's an age gap for some of you guys. Expectations. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what this is about. Let's grab some tarot to clarify. So true love, young love, first love, childhood sweethearts, new romance, new chapters, expectations, anticipation, prediction, exciting news. All right, so I'll be clarifying with the Doodle Tarot. I forget who created this. I'll link it down below. So there's lots of varying degrees of connections and romance here, and it really depends where you're at on your journey with your twin. Some of you might have been married or are married. Some of you could be expecting at this point in time, growing your family or desiring that. Some of you could have met your person when you were young, childhood sweethearts, high school sweethearts. So let's grab some tarot here. We do have the King of Swords, the Four of Cups. So right off the bat, what I'm feeling for your twin flame connection, especially if you happen to be divine feminine, you could be dealing with a divine masculine who is not so much tapped into their emotions or their heart space. They tend to think things through logically, more rationally. But that could have also contributed to some of the issues here. You know, we might have a masculine here who tends to be more of the skeptical type person, looking at things negatively rather than from a positive standpoint. So if you guys ran into some issues, that's how they tackled things. But the Four of Cups can also represent regrets and missed opportunities. A missed opportunity towards either reconciliation or love coming in, or being able to ultimately work on something with your twin, or being able to find some sort of solution for the two of you. Nine of Cups. So we've got a lot of divine masculine energy coming through here. Interesting too, guys, that we've got expectations, you know, the possibility of pregnancy certainly, and then the Emperor can represent fatherhood for some. So the family dynamic is coming through as well. You guys could have either been married, already established your partnership, shared a home together, had children together, or that is a part of what it is that you are wanting in your relationship. That's a part of this wish that you're wanting to fulfill. So if you happen to be divine feminine, you could have been dealing with a twin divine masculine who just wasn't ready for that, or they didn't step up to the role that you needed them to. That could have resulted in this Tower moment where things fell apart. Not only for the connection, but if you guys did have a family together, that could have affected the family dynamic as well. So it's a sudden upheaval, broken pride perhaps on behalf of this masculine. It's a disaster that happened. And there's something that needs to be fixed here between the two of you. What else for fire signs, please? We've got the Ten of Pentacles. So this can represent family tradition, okay? So the family was affected somehow. And it also could have affected the family's finances. That could have been a challenge. You know, something as simple as one person moving out and not being able to contribute to paying the bills, for example. That could have been a struggle for some of you guys. But the Ten of Pentacles is such a beautiful energy nonetheless. It's a strong bond between two people. It represents happiness and love. It can represent security in your love connection with your twin. That you guys are otherwise very compatible and perfectly matched up. But that doesn't mean that the journey has been perfect. There certainly have been ups and downs there. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So it does seem that things are looking up or are about to. It can represent a turning point for you and your twin flame where things can improve, things can get better. Okay, so let's dig a little bit more and see what else we can find out here for you and your twin. For fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. I'll be pulling from the Twin Flame Untold Truths by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. What else do we need to know here? Pay attention to those red flags. Absolutely. So there were definitely red flags that contributed to disagreements, arguments, separations, Tower moments. I want you and only you. So this might be one of those situations where you guys had dealt with other people getting in the way of your partnership, whether it was third party or not. For some of you, maybe the family got in the way of that as well. Multiple partners. So this right here could have represented infidelity in the relationship, but now they're coming through to let you know that they choose you. But I'm also feeling for some of my twins listening that you might still be a little bit apprehensive to take them back because of what happened. Let's grab one more. One more, please. Not on the same page. That could be where you're at, you know? If they're wanting to return, if they're wanting to fix things between the two of you, or if you guys went into separation because of other people that got in the way. Maybe there's a part of you that still needs time to even think if you are wanting this connection to continue. You know, and again, just because someone's our twin, that does not guarantee that, you know, it's a happily ever after type situation. It just doesn't work that way, you know? So now, you know, they might be having second thoughts like, oh my God, what have I done? I ended up hurting my twin. I ended up hurting my person. So you might hear from them letting you know, it's like, I just want to be able to fix us. I want to be able to work on our relationship. It depends, of course, on you, the viewer, whether or not you'd be open to that, because you might be struggling to forgive your twin. That is your choice to make. That is your prerogative, you know? So let's see. I'll be pulling from my Illuminated Star Tarot, Volume 2. So we do have some red flags that are coming through here. And maybe right now you guys are just truly not on the same page. Four of Cups. So there has definitely been a disconnection between you and your twin here, but I'm also feeling a shift in that distance and time apart, that they're wanting to be a part of your life. They're wanting to return. They're wanting to come back. But if you guys are on different pages, you either might not even be ready to see them again or talk to them again or even reconcile with your twin. But they're also coming through as somebody who's afraid that they have missed the opportunity to return. Especially if, you know, you might have already moved on to somebody else. Yeah, look at that, Eight of Cups. If you're watching this and in separation from your twin, but if you hear from them that they're wanting to get back together, you might have already moved on. You might be in another relationship where you're content, where you're happy, and they now recognize or will recognize that it's too late. Ace of Pentacles. You know, it's almost like getting the very thing that you wanted too late. A wish that manifests too late. The timing is off. You know, it's almost like you hear from them and they're all in now. They want you and only you, when in fact in the past they might have been entertaining other options. So now that that's no longer a factor, here they come, reaching out, wanting a second chance, but you didn't put your life on hold. And at this point, you might either be in a much better place or realize that you don't want them anymore. You could still have fond memories of your twin, certainly still have love in your heart for them, but that does not guarantee reconciliation. So what they're actually offering you is something that you have wanted in the past, but maybe no longer wanting that because they hurt you. Because of that Tower moment, you've learned particular things about your own desires, your own needs, and are no longer needing that from your twin. Because I'm just ultimately feeling here that they're ready to give you exactly what you wanted in the past. But they also had other options back then, but you know, it's like the tables have turned. Now you've got your own options, your own choices, your own decisions to make. And now you guys are not even on the same page anymore. But it's still clarifying that you guys are twin flames and they desire a reunion. For those of you who are on the same page and want that reunion, then, you know, it really paves the way for that to happen. But I am feeling for some that it may not happen because you're no longer desiring the very thing that you wanted before, and something shifted and changed in your heart, in your thought processes, and maybe at this point you'd rather just be on your own or move on to another partnership, or you've already found someone else. Nine of Pentacles, yeah. So this is somebody who could stand on their own 2 feet. This is somebody who's independent. This could be the feminine. Just living your best life, and you might ultimately hear from a divine masculine twin who wants to reconnect with you. It's your prerogative, it's your choice, whether or not that can happen. All right, let's see what else. One final set of cards for twin flames, for fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So it comes down to timing here, guys. Whoops. It comes down to timing. All right, let's grab some final messages for fire signs, twin flame connections. You taste better than ice cream. Somebody loves ice cream. Certainly focused on those intimate moments with you. Let's see what else. The Ice Angel is healing your heart by cooling your desire for forbidden love. Of course, again, take it how it resonates. If it is actually you that entertained a third party, or that whole forbidden love type vibe and connection with someone, this particular card is trying to, in a way, be a red flag. It's like, cool it, you know, you're not really going to manifest a situation that would be good for you. But that could also be a card for your twin, that they should have looked the other way, perhaps, instead of entertaining a third-party situation, for example. Let's grab another card here. My hunger for you is insatiable. That kind of speaks for itself. So it's one of those things where the desire was so strong that somebody went for it, but unfortunately for certain situations, could have been a third party, could have resulted in infidelity in the relationship. Bottom of the deck, look at that chill in the air, the silent treatment. So it resulted in the two of you not even speaking, not even interacting. It represented a disconnection. So that could explain why you guys broke up. But we're also seeing perhaps a masculine who is wanting to return, wanting to come back. Okay, I'll be pulling from my Yummy Tarot here. Can you guys start talking again? Or will this silent treatment continue? You're coming through with the Lover's energy. You could be thinking of Gemini here. They're very connected to you still, though, even though you're not together. Look at this deception and illusion of the moon. You could also have been dealing with Pisces. So this represents an affair. This represents lies, secrets, things that were hidden. The Lover's card can sometimes represent a third-party situation. So that's the challenge that's presenting itself here. But we do have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups, warm-hearted, kind, devoted, loving, affectionate, ready to offer that cup to the feminine. So Divine Feminine, do you still want that cup from your twin masculine? Here's that cup. That cup is overflowing. It's an offer of love from the masculine to the feminine. And perhaps Divine Feminine, if you are single at this point in time, thinking about your twin, but wondering, is it worth the effort to get back together? And you're the only person that could ultimately answer that question. But the opportunity might arise as far as getting that conversation started for you guys to take a look at the connection, and it's ultimately your choice whether or not you would entertain a reunion. It's possible for some of you, of course. But can you forgive what has happened? Because for some of you guys, what happened was infidelity and cheating in the relationship, trust issues. Can you forgive that? If not, then this might result in the two of you disconnecting and just moving on. But we do have the Wheel of Fortune here, so this could be a blessing for some of you guys to reconnect with your twin and get back together, overcoming the difficulties of why you guys broke up to begin with. If it wasn't infidelity, if it wasn't a third party, then whatever broke you guys up and created separation, things can change. That this is a turning point for you and your person here. It doesn't have to be so difficult. And remember, guys, that came through earlier, that Wheel of Fortune. So something is changing. Perhaps you are still destined to reconnect with your twin flame, despite what you guys have been through. But if you are listening to this and feeling more apprehensive to take them back, then this simply is giving you the opportunity to move forward and find love elsewhere. It doesn't have to be with your twin flame. They are perhaps part of the lesson of what you are meant to learn in this lifetime, but you don't have to get back together with your twin if you don't want that. And again, just because they're your twin flame, it does not mean that it's, you know, everything's perfect, everything's going to go great. It's an intense partnership for sure, but there's, of course, no guarantee that you will stay together with your twin flame. Six of Pentacles, equality. I love that. It truly is giving and receiving. Giving as much as you receive from each other. If that can happen, fantastic. Death card. The Magician. I actually like that combination because something needed to come to an end between you and your twin in order for something new to replace it. To be able to manifest something better, to be able to manifest something different, to help you guys overcome what happened in order to get here. Because this is giving you the chance to be able to find happiness in your twin flame connection. It's giving you guys the opportunity to truly manifest it in the 3D. And I feel on behalf of your twin, perhaps they've taken the time to really learn the lesson behind it and how they were before and coming towards you as a better version of themselves. So is it worth a second chance? Possibly. But at the end of the day, it's your call. All right, guys, so I will leave that there. If you're interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. I'll include the link to the decks that you see here. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one.